Hi guys, this is Bernadette. Hello to all our J Group 3 international team. Today I just want to reach out to you a little bit. We're going to share this as our weekly um, video for training updates and anything else we need to talk about. And it might spark some questions if you have. For those of you who are just joining us, we want to welcome Miss Princess Alexis Elizabeth Jones to the team. Yay! Everybody give her a rah rah. If y'all know who she is, like I know who she is, everybody be dancing and jumping. This is a new career change for her. We want to reach out to help her, support her, and make her feel welcome and help answer any questions, especially those of you who are experienced. Um, Feel free to share information about the industry, your experiences, good ones at that. And you can talk about some bad, but we want to try to keep it positive so that we can grow and we can take the bitter with the sweet, but we'll also want to also let that be a learning experience. Okay, it's rainy today. It's kind of cloudy out here. I'm not sure if we're going over real clear, but we're going to do the best we can with what we have to work with. Okay. All right. Now let's see. First thing up, we're going to talk about is this. Behind this clip, I'm going to be making a what I call life insurance 101 basics, explaining how cash value products or cash value life insurance works. Okay, so that you get an understanding about how it works. Those of you that are new to the industry, those of you that are not new, you got experience to kind of know what that's all about. It's like a refresher because that particular product and a annuity is going to be one of the two main products you're going to be selling through the PHP platform. Okay, so we want to kind of make sure we get educated again. Remember, that's our goal, is to stay educated and be re-educated so we can help educate our clients and help them create wealth. And we want to be seen as the professional that you are. So the more you know, the better for you. The more confident you become, the more money you make, of course. All right, then, so look for that, and we'll be going through that. Now, I also want to make sure that this is important, guys. I just kind of learned some stuff about the process of onboarding. If you have CE credits to continue and finish, do your bestest, and I know that's not the best way to say that, but do your bestest to get those completed as soon as possible. That's going to be one of your main objective first assignments to do after you come aboard and have received your coding, your agent code, and all your logins and information and all your accesses to the university. You want to make sure that your CE credits are completely finished because you cannot get appointed with the companies if they are not. There is a specific training for the anti-money laundering course that's required by the state and the law, so you're going to have to make sure that you get the right certificate for your state. I know I had to do an additional one because Florida having an extra one. With the companies that you're going on board with to write policies with, they require different types of AML training. And when you go to do your application for appointment, you will see what company have their specific requests for you to complete. So you might wind up taking an additional CE credit class on annuities as well as the AML. So be prepared for that. If you have to, it's better to not have, it's better to have the extra credit than to not have it at all when you start your appointment processing, because it slows down the processing very quickly. And it comes to a screeching halt because the company is not going to accept anything as substitutes for what they're requesting, what they're requiring. Okay, so let's just beat it to the punch and help make the transition as smooth as possible. Those of you that are getting ready to come into the company, I'm giving you a heads up. The first thing you want to do, of course, is make sure your license is active. And if there's anything that needs to be handled, make sure it's done. If you have bankruptcies, traffic violations, money that you owe people, money that you owe insurance companies to, make sure you have that documentation that you can upload with the application. It will speed up the process tremendously. Because what will happen is the company will go in for reviewing the app for appointment, and if they see that they need to have more information about something, they are going to kick the whole thing out, and you got to start over or you got to redo that. So they'll actually decline the application process. That slows you down. So because remember, we don't make any money unless we're writing business. And the worst thing to do is to get into something, start talking to a client and they get excited about the program and the product that you're offering, and you can't write it because you don't have your appointment process. So before you do anything else, after you come aboard, make sure that you get completed all the information that you think you could possibly have. If it's something that occurred in the past that you had to deal with, get the documentation and make sure that you upload it with the application when you go into our appointment processing with PHP. I can't stress that enough. Okay, prevention is better than an ounce of cure. That I just hear that. So, and then that's more than likely true, especially with what we're trying to do. Okay. Um, what else did I want to mention with that, you guys? Okay, with the CE credits, again, whatever your state requirements are, make sure you follow through on that. I thought that I could finish 24 hours of CE credits in a short period of time. Life happens. Don't wait till the last minute. It took me at least a month almost to finish those credits. If you have the time to do it, get it, knock it out, get it done, get it out the way. Okay. I just happened to waited until the last possible minute before the state, started to shut down my license before I actually finished my credits. Not a good idea. Okay, because you now at the end you got you cramming, you got everything world going on, and it slows down the process again because you can't get appointed without those CE credits being completed. Okay, so when you get ready to do that, it's a process you follow through the PHP University, and it gives you the steps: licensing, walking through the information, courses you got to take, whatever it is. You go through university, it will take you through the steps. Okay, so you don't have to be lost. If you do, we can do a little bit of maybe a video chat or something to kind of help you, or we'll do a conference or a Zoom meeting or something where we can talk about and actually go through the software or through the program and help you step by step find out what you need to do. Okay, and that's for those of you who already come aboard. All right, now what's the other thing we need to talk about? On our group chats, I'm going to try to shoot for a Thursday evening or a Saturday at 5 o'clock. It seems to me the Saturday at 5 o'clock works better for all of us. For one thing, we can go right into our 7 o'clock video conference from our upline. And this one, the 7 o'clock one on Saturday, is basically for those of you who are brand new, who have not really talked to anybody, and you are coming in and you have questions that you might want to answered rather, or basically to get in-depth information. Our upline makes this stuff available for you at the 7 o'clock hour, which is the Eastern Standard Time on our side, where we all are tuned into his conference. Okay, and it's really, and if it's somebody you want to bring aboard, that's the conference you want to have them on the call with. You want to be plugged in with them on that. And if that is the case, then if you give me an email, we can forward that email to our upline, and he will make sure that they get their invitation so that they can be on the call, okay, at the same time. All right. So that's number 2 thing that we want to make sure we get through. Any training that you need to do now, when you coming in, let's say you brand new like Princess is, she has to go through a lot of exterior training, of course, because she got to get licensed. So she's going to be inundated with a lot of training. You guys that are already in business, you just want to make sure that you're going through the PHP University. There are videos there for you to look at to help with basic training. Now, I just found out also that the company is coming out with a brand new manual. You are going to want to buy that. I'm going to have one as soon as it comes out. It's be available to you either through the PHP store or at an office that's near you. It's $40 for the manual. It's about that thick. It's almost the Bible of the company. You want to have that book in your possession. The other thing you want to have in your possession right now, and I'm going to make it available to you right now for free, is the blueprint manual. This blueprint manual, I think some of you may have a copy, but you only have like 30 pages. That booklet is 132 pages of information that you need to have on reference for you to answer in almost any question that you may have about what it is that you need to do, or what, you know, the product line, or the processes, how to sell. There are scripts involved, how to get people to an appointment, how to invite people to come and see your company's opportunity, how to, you know, make phone calls, how to set appointments, how to just do almost everything you need to do. The information is available there, okay? You'll find out that the more information you have, the better it is for you to get started, the sooner you start making some money, okay? You want to, I'm going to put a link. I think I'm going to put a link in our JGroup3 chat box that will help, that will be the download for the blueprint. Okay, and you want to go ahead and just download that and print it. It's 132 pages. I know that's a lot of pages, but you need to either have it where you can actually get to it. And I'm a books in hand and people in paper and pen type of person. So I like to have myself where I can just reach for it and read it when I want it, instead of having to go online for it all the time. So I'll make that available to you, and you can go ahead and start going through that. Read it. Don't just gloss through it, guys. Really read through it. The one thing I'm finding out is because every office, I should say it this way, PHP provides the platform for agencies to have their own offices, and most people can run the offices a little bit different. You want to be able to reach out and get the information you need as soon as you want it. Sometimes you may find that that person may do something a little different than we do it. Again, all of us that's in the PHP company do not have access to all the products and services that we have by being partnered with JCI in Riverside. Those products being business tax services, individual 401k plans, you know, bookkeeping services and things like that. So you're unique into this company being partnered with JCI under JGroup3. So you have a unique interlinking network of services and the products available to just exclusively you. Okay, so when you go to another office or you run into another PHP agent, you might find that they don't have what you have, so they may not can help you. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so again, for our weekly video chats and conferences, we're going to be on Zoom when we have ours, which is the JGroup3 group. That's us all together on the J group, and then that's at 5 o'clock on Saturday. So far, so good. On 7 o'clock that evening, the same evening, by the time we get off, we'll be going right into the other one with our upline, which is Kill, and he's going to be explaining the company further, pretty much doing a walkthrough, like a classroom on the company, a 101 basic kind of thing, and answer any questions you may have. And also it serves to introduce somebody that you might think is, you know, wanting to come into the company, or they're showing some interest and you can't answer the questions. That's a good time to get them over to that on that call. But you don't have to wait for that now. You can also contact me because I'm on your immediate upline. That's my upline, which we're talking about. But everybody's accessible, okay? You also want to make sure you're plugging into a weekly meeting in your local locations. I understand that some of you are in locations where there is no office within an hour's drive from you. If you can't make that 30, if it's under an hour, you might can do it. At least try to go twice a month. They understand, but if you can't make that meeting and that seems to be a little bit too much out the way for you, that's why I do our chats. so that we can make sure that you're getting the information you need. And also, because you can't go to a meeting, you want to make sure that you are plugging into the PHP University so that you can get your questions answered about the products, how to sell, how to prospect, what it is that you need to know what to do next, or this is assuming that you've gotten all your information into the company, your appointments are clear, and everything's moving. Okay. The one thing you don't want to do is feel out that you're left out or forsaken or whatever. There is always somebody available to answer your questions. Okay, so if I can't be reached, you can also reach up to my upline. Okay, and if I don't have that information, if you don't have it, I'll make sure you have it. You can just, matter of fact, you just look him up. Okay, I would try to remember to put that in our notes, so that you can have that information available to you. Okay. All right, guys, I'm really dry right now, so I'm drinking my coffee without my green tea. So y'all excuse me while I take my sips. Okay. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do is we talked about the blueprint. I'm going to follow this with I think I mentioned it, a video on Life Insurance Basics 101. I want you guys to make sure you watch that, because we're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about selling techniques, how to sit down at the table. The company also has, under our PHP University, the selling courses. There's a video there that talks about, or is shown, a full presentation at what they call a kitchen table presentation. It's from start to finish. So you want to get acclimated with how to do it. Those of us that have been into it long enough, you've actually sat down at the table and actually done sales. You might not want to, you don't have to go through the whole thing, but you just want to cue in to how PHP does it. And I've looked at some of it. It takes about an hour to go through it. So make sure you have some time to sit down and watch it, okay? And take notes. Guys, it is important that we learn. I want us to be sharp as tacks, okay? Because I see a lot of people miss great opportunities by not being informed when it comes down to customers. Also, the one thing is that you are dealing with the general public. Your license, you need to guard with your life, okay? One mistake, one thing that you take for granted could cost you your license, okay? Consumers, they forget about how much, they like you, how many times that you said that their grandmother was pretty, whatever the story is. If how many times you took them out for lunch or whatever, and you finally got the business. If you've made a mistake and said something that was not right, or they find out things by surprise, such as money issues, when it comes down to getting their policies issued, or you said something that wasn't directly correct and they misunderstood it, and you take it for granted that, okay, they'll be all right, or you don't make sure you follow up. That little one-time thing, that mistake right there, could cost you, okay, your license. Because people will call. They will call, the first off, they're going to call the company. If they can't get a hold of you, or you can't answer that question when they're upset about something, or they misunderstood something and you can't answer that question properly, they're going over your head and they're calling the company. Now, when they call the company, they now have went from mild temper to I'm a little bit agitated now, okay? Because now they're starting to doubt that you were professional about what you presented, or that you were either trying to pull something over their heads or trying to trick them, and you didn't tell them. And the first thing they're thinking is, you're trying to take advantage of me, okay? So they're calling. And when they call the company, they're going to just ad-lib and add stuff that you probably didn't say, or you didn't tell them this and whatever. Be prepared, because they're upset. I always put myself in those shoes, because I'm a consumer too. And if I misunderstood something, or somebody said something to me that was one way and it wasn't really that, I'm on the phone, and I am not the most patient person on the phone to be with if you can't answer my questions. I need prayer there. Y'all pray for me, but I am not the one, okay? Because when I get on the phone, when it comes down to customer service, I have a pet peeve for that. And everybody's don't train that way, and everybody don't. I know the world doesn't revolve around me, even though I think it. But the fact remains, I am upset because now you're giving me the runaround, or I'm not getting the answers. So now I'm going to say what I need to say. And if I can't get the answers, then I'm going over your head. Now, what happens if you make them upset, the company don't answer that question, or they still having to have this issue resolved, they're calling the state now. And the state is going to come after the agent who wrote the policy, which is you. So you want to make sure that you are covering your assets. Don't take nothing for granted. If you have to ask 15,000 questions about one issue, then you do that, because you don't want to get people. Now, some people just gonna just misunderstand what you say anyway, but cover your own hide, okay? Don't take things for granted. And this is why I said it's important to go through your DVDs, these videos, read your manuals, get the information, ask questions, and make sure that you are on top of your game. Even if you've been in the industry 20 years, and I've been in about 25 going into 30, I still want my stuff straight. Man, I guard my stuff straight. I do not mess with that, because I know. I almost lost my license, had them revoked in the state of California on a misunderstanding with the customer, and they did not like me, and they let the company in the world know. It cost me my job. I got terminated from a company, and almost lost my license with the state. Almost had a bad mark on my record because of one mistake, one misunderstanding they had that I took for granted, and I didn't follow up. Okay, I'm telling you guys, don't do that to yourself. Okay, all right. Now that's number thing, or whatever number it is. You're just gonna keep on going. Okay. So, all right. Now the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is setting goals, and then we'll be done. Setting goals is important because, again, we talked about the last time we had our little training video. It was on time management essentials and how you need to make sure that you treat this business as a business. Listen, guys, you're an entrepreneur now. If you've never been an entrepreneur, you are absolutely an entrepreneur. The thing is, you are a professional entrepreneur with professional people behind you, with companies who can back you. You got the financial swab and the support of companies that is behind you to make sure that you are successful in this business. So ride it. It's been said, use other people's money when building business. You can use the PHP platform to build yourself a wonderful business that you can pass on to your family, create a legacy and an inheritance for your family if you do this right, okay? So you want to take advantage of everything that they have to offer. As entrepreneurs, it's questionably disciplined. Questionably disciplined. When I say that, you are going to have to learn how to be disciplined in your time. Nobody's standing over your head and telling you to go to a certain time of the day and clock a clock, or punch in, or sit down at your computer, get your study done, get your tests done, do whatever you got to get done. Nobody's holding that clock on you now. So you can get easily distracted. You can get easily off track. And the whole day will be gone, you have nothing done. And you keep putting things off, you never get it done. Listen, time is money. You need to treat this like this was a job that you was actually clocking in and totally responsible to a manager for being late or not showing up at all. When we work at home, and I know because I work from my home too, ladies, we have 15,000 things we can get done in a day, okay? I have to actually put my mind on work mode, because if I get up from my desk to even go to the bathroom, before I know it, I went to the bathroom, and I went to the bedroom, found out that I need to fold up these clothes. Then I start folding the clothes, and don't forget, oh, wait a minute, I need to do this. Okay, it's going to take 5 minutes. I'm just going to make up the bed real quick. All right, well, now I got to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom, the sink needs to be cleaned out. All of a sudden, all this stuff started coming to your head. Okay, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. So you stop, and you start doing these little tasks, and these little tasks start taking up bigger and bigger amounts of time. Before you know it, the day is gone. You haven't done anything at your desk, and now the kids are home. You know it's over then. There is no getting anything else done now until those kids are down and gone to bed for the night. Okay, don't do that to yourself. You have to treat this like this was a job that you were going away from your house, and you knew that you were not going to be back for 8 hours. Okay, so shut off. That's why I said sit down and look at your calendar and say this time is exclusively for that. Don't do laundry, don't do cooking, do all that stuff before you sit down at your desk. And most guys don't have to. I mean, talking to guys that's in our group, they usually don't have to worry about that. Prince is in the Navy, so they own his time, so he don't have a whole lot of time to do nothing but sleep, eat, and get his assignments done, and try to hope as he can have the time to work through PHP. But Again, these are areas where women, especially, those are challenging areas for us, because there's always something that has to be done. It's always something to be done. So don't do that to yourself. You will never get your job done. You'll never have time to do anything, or you start becoming overwhelmed and you keep pushing back and pushing back. Now your appointments are canceling. You can't make this appointment, or you miss an appointment, or you're late for an appointment. Don't do that to yourself, because you are a professional. You have to push yourself in that position and say, I treat this like a professional job, even though it's not a job. You are an entrepreneur. You run your own thing, okay? You are in charge. You are large and in charge. And if you ever remember, this is how I make myself remember that this is my job, that I am my own boss. That for every hour I waste or doing something else, I'm not getting paid. And my budget is serious and climbing. Now, I know we all got to pay bills, but if you're not sitting at that desk making phone calls or talking to people and selling product, you are not making money, okay? That means you're going to get frustrated, because when the month ends and you don't have anything in the bank besides what little bits that you had, or is running low, and you find out, I don't have any money, and then the first thing you're going to do is start looking at, I need to go get another job because I need to take care of my business or whatever. So now all of a sudden, your endeavor with your business, your own, the thing that you desire to make happen, the dream, is being pushed back into the corner now because you don't have time to do it. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you stuff because I know. All right, I wasted 10-15 years of doing on-the-end jobs, trying to work on jobs that I know I wasn't happy with. Finally, go in there and do dynamic interviews, get offered these wonderful positions that pay me. I think the most I made, well, was 18, maybe offered 25, not maybe $20 an hour job. $20 an hour, okay, that's fairly decent money, fairly. But if you miss work or you miss a few days, that money gets very little at the end of that paycheck period. You find that even though you make $20 an hour, you're still broke, okay? So when I started understanding, wait a minute, I can't be doing this and trying to, have a dream, because I already knew every time I took a job, I was very unhappy. So I either wind up losing a job, walking off the job, quitting the job, or, just enduring because, need more and gotta have it, said I need that paycheck. And then find I was very unhappy and very unfulfilled. So I spent 15 years wasting time just to come back full circle to what I'm doing right now, is what I exclusively love, and that's selling life insurance and helping others do the same thing. I started in 1994, guys, and it is 2019. You do the math. And I don't care how old it ages me, but okay. The fact is, I took that much time wasted. Now, if I had to use those years in between, no telling how much money I'd probably be retired for life for real. I would not be working anywhere. I'd be on a Cayman Island somewhere enjoying life with a couple $1 million in the bank. Okay, because this industry will pay you that kind of money. All right. So I really want you guys to take hold of that. Time is money. Set goals. Accomplish your goals. Set small goals at first. If those goals happen to be, I'm just going to make sure that I sit down once a week and have my time to plan out my week. That's a goal. Once you do it, write it down, check it. It's done. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, write the vision, make it plain. That has everything to do with you writing out goals. Sit down and write your goals. Sit down and say, this is what I need to do. Write out everything you need to do. That also helps you release stress. Get it out of your head. Because ladies, we got this thing where we carry everything in our head. Get it out. Write it down. And then check off everything that you've done. And get it down to where you got daily activities. And even in those daily activities, hours. Okay, you can mark off a section of time that says between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, I work on my business. If you got small kids, they at school, you got from 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the day to write on your business, work on your business. Don't do nothing else. I don't care if the laundry piled to the ceiling. Leave it alone until between 10 and 2, you've completed your assignments for your business. You've made an appointment. You've talked to a client. You went on an appointment. You actually sold a plan. You did some posting on Facebook, promoting your business. I mean, guys, you're never going to make the money if you don't do it, okay? It's just not going to fall out the sky on you. And you're going to get frustrated. You're going to quit if you don't do it. If you don't take it seriously like this, okay? I want to see you successful because I want to be successful too. All right. On this last note, I think I'm done. For those of you that don't want to build an agency, but you may run into people that are interested in becoming an entrepreneur or want to make some extra money on the side, and you're unsure about how to approach them, get their name and address, name and telephone number or email or something, and put them in touch with me. I will work on that. Let me explain how that works. When you bring people into the company, now you don't have to do this. I believe one of the ladies that we were talking to a couple of weeks ago, she was concerned about that. This is not a forced thing. The company does not force you to recruit. You don't have to recruit the world and their mama, okay? But if you want to, you're sharing your experience with somebody else, or you're writing a plan, and they start asking you questions about what you do, and they start saying, well, I need to make some extra money or whatever. That's a cue for you to turn them on to your company. Now, you get an incentive for bringing people in. Whatever they do in the business is called an override. You don't have to sit there and try to handhold them. We do all the training. All you do is turn them on, introduce them to the company. They do just exactly what you're doing, and they're going to get paid, okay? Once they get paid, they get aboard. So they're going to get excited about what they see you doing. And who knows, they might come to the company and decide they want to build an agency. What it does is put money in your pocket, and all you've done was introduce them to the company. Now, if you want to take it to the next level and become the superstar in the company, sky's the limit. You can do that. We've been asked as agents, even new agents. I think I sent the clip out a day or so ago that by Patrick. He is inviting us that's new in the company. I can't go this year. I'm kind of physically limited in my travel right now, as well as financially. I really can't afford to go at the moment. But if I could, I would. And I encourage you guys to start saving some money, some dollars, and actually get to one of these events. It's called the BEs. They call them the big events. And right now they're having one in Vegas. I think it's 3 days. And you really want to, if you want to really grow with a company, I'm going to talk to those of us who've been in the company, in the industry rather for a while. We kind of flitted in, from different company to different company, looking for that perfect opportunity and find out that it's not. Well, there is no perfect anything on the earth yet. But finding a company that you can grow with and you can really do some things with is kind of a rare treat. And so, I've taken out time before and went to conventions in other companies and other businesses before that are multi-level marketing companies and offered these kinds of opportunities. And it's an awesome thing to sit in those conventions and get that learning, experience that atmosphere, listen to other people's stories that are just like you in life. They started off, maybe didn't have anything in the bank, had to go and scratch for the money to get involved, and had to endure hardships and had to go through health issues. And they stand up there on those stages with big dollar bonus checks, things that they've earned just because they put forth the effort and they push themselves to do it. They set the goal and they accomplish it. Those are inspiring things. You would enjoy, especially you, Princess. You've never been to anything like that before. You would love that. You would just be smitten. You would enjoy that. I'd like to think that maybe next year we can try to go together. That would be great. And anybody else, any of the ladies, we want to travel together, we can do that. Okay. It's something that you want to just make sure that you do at least one time before life gets too busy or you can't. Nobody knows where their time is, and that's what part of us being in the insurance industry. We understand that timeline is not in our hands. So enjoy life while you can. That's an opportunity for you to really just get a picture of the company. PHP is doing some big things, and I'm glad I'm a part of it. Okay, so again, I'm encouraging you to do that. Stretch yourselves. Set goals. That's the important thing today. I'm telling you guys, set the goal and make it happen. No excuses. I'm not sure if you guys have actually read this book. I'm going to put it back up here again. And this book is an old book. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big. And chapter 2 deals with excuses. Matter of fact, the name of that chapter, I mentioned this before, is Cure Yourself. Excusitis is the failure disease. Okay? Let's not find excuses for success. This day and age right now, the way things are going, Many of us that are in multiple marketing business have hit the jackpot. We just don't understand it yet. Don't move, stay focused, do what you got to do, make it happen, and you will be glad that you did. There's another book that we need to read as a team that Mr. David has told us to read, and here it is. The name of the book is Decisive, and it's by Dan Heath. Dan Heath, Decisive. You can find it on Amazon, Google Books, Barnes and Nobles. I'm sure you can find it in one of your local bookstores, and you may be able to find it in your local library. Get that book and let's read it. I haven't got it yet. I have to order it, and that's something I'm going to do for myself. And so what I tell you guys to do, I do too. Okay, so because we're all growing together. Okay, so with that being said, look for the second part of this training today, and I'm going to entitle it Life Insurance Basics, and I want you guys to look at that video. Okay, I'm going to be talking and sharing that is basic information, just basic information, and you can take notes and get that stuff learned, get it in your system, get it in your head, know your business, know what you're doing, so that you can educate your customer, your client. Again, that's it, guys. Why are you getting excited? There may be a question about leads. I believe in purchasing leads when I have to. If it's something you're not familiar with, you don't have a warm market to work from, we got some ideas out that'll help us do that. Also, I make mention of this one more thing too. You guys that are already in the company, you want to go ahead and utilize the debt solution link that we have. That's an avenue of passive income. Our debt solution program, what it does is, when you guys send this consultate with a customer and they tell you, okay, I really like this plan, but I can't afford it because I got this debt, and this debt. Well, you can help them solve that problem. Again, we become one-stop problem solvers. Okay. What you do is turn them on to the debt solution program that we have, and your name and your agent number is linked to that information. So, assuming that you pass information on, you're not going to collect any information from them about their debts. Just hear their story, and you just want to let them talk it out, and then you share the information with them. You give them that link, they go to that link, and they fill out a questionnaire form, and it goes directly to the company. The company directly contacts them, talks with them, consults with them, and they set up whatever they need to have set up. Then after the phone call happens, the company will contact you and let you know that they are working on a deal or working on the case, and they will be in further contact with you. If that deal closes or that case closes and they actually worked out a plan, then you get paid. Okay? You don't have to be in these people's business. You don't have to collect any information about their business. You don't have to do any of that. All you gotta do is just give the information to them. They will go to your website and they will actually start the process themselves. That is a fabulous way of making some passive income. Also, it will really help your client become more and more attached to you, so that they start to look at you now more as a problem solver and someone who's willing to help them for real. You're not just trying to get a sale. Okay? Invaluable tool. So if you don't know anything about that, talk to me and let me know. I think we already have Princess set up. I don't know if we have Prince set up. We need to get those things. And what you do with that, you take that and you put it on your Facebook page, and that's what they call passive advertisement on Facebook. You'd be surprised how many people hit your link. Okay? All right, guys, that's it for today. I want you to reach out to me again. Please stay in tune, stay in touch. Educate, re-educate, so you can help create wealth for your clients. Okay? You're looking for the other video, and I'll be talking with you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a blessed week. Okay? Bye-bye.